your reaction to that result today?
Well, we lost the game in the opening 45 minutes. Some of our defending individual mistakes, just unacceptable in a game of this magnitude, in a game that meant so much in terms of the league table, the opportunity to go join third with Hibs, but more than that, what it means to the supporters, and to be second best like we were all over the park in the opening 45 is unacceptable, and completely out of character, to be quite honest.
And what do you put that down to? Because you managed to sort of readjust things at half time and come back into the game.
It's very hard to put your finger on it. I mean, we spoke about the importance of a fast start. I actually thought we did start the opening 3 or 4 minutes okay. We were up in and around the Dundee final third, winning a couple of corners, but then that first goal goes in and it really rattles us. Obviously there was a couple of goals disallowed for offside, but every mistake that we made in the opening 45 minutes, when you look back at the goals that we conceded, were severely punished. Free header for the first one, obviously, Jack unfortunately makes a big mistake for the second one, which can happen to goalkeepers from time to time. He's been outstanding all season. Will Ferry takes a heavy touch for the third one. Again, poor reaction after it, and it's a great finish from McGee. But these are all things that you don't normally see from this group of players, and credit to Dundee, they took the opportunities when they came. Half time, obviously, some harsh words spoken. I could have easily made a number of changes, but we gave the players the opportunity to go out and show a positive reaction, and of course we got that with the Trapanovsky goal early on. And then I thought we were well on top. We were dominating the game. We were playing the majority of it in the Dundee territory. We know that they're dangerous on the counter-attack. They've got good pace in the forward areas, but I thought we coped with all of that pretty well. We just couldn't get the equaliser to take it into the dying moments. But the fourth goal, I think, just pretty much sums up how bad we were defensively all afternoon. We've got 3 players around the ball, nobody taking responsibility, nobody taking ownership in that situation, and it leads to a really stupid penalty.
In terms of in that first half especially, the lack of doing the basics and losing those 50-50s, that's obviously going to be something that hurts the fans a lot on Derby Day. I mean, I'm assuming you have similar feelings of anger towards that.
Of course. I mean, look, the players are hurting as well, but we know how much this fixture means to the supporters, and we're grateful to them for turning out the way they did in great numbers, and we will take all of the criticism that comes our way because it will be warranted. Supporters want to see passion, they want to see tackles, they want to see aggression, and we didn't do that enough in the first half, and that's what it boils down to. Sometimes in games like this, where it can be 100 mile an hour, it's very frantic, there's not a whole lot of football being played within it. It is about doing the basics and winning those individual battles, and I thought Dundee won more of those in the opening 45 minutes than we did, and that's what led to us being in the situation that we were in at half time.
You weren't helped when you lost Luca. I mean, how's he, and obviously did that have an impact on the game?
No, look, I mean, obviously losing Luca, it's a blow because he's an important player, but we're bringing on a really good experienced player in Craig Sybil, so I don't think it weakens the team. I certainly couldn't say that had an influence in terms of the goals that we've conceded. When we look back on the goals, just as I said, so many mistakes, and in a game like this of such importance to both sets of players, you can't do that. It's the first time this season that we've conceded 4 goals. We've had lots of pats on the back all through the campaign for how solid we've been. Our defensive record prior to today has been relatively good against stiff opposition. But as I said, this afternoon it was unacceptable. First 45 was embarrassing at times, and we've got a lot of looking in the mirror to do, to be perfectly honest with you, to make sure that we don't ever have a repeat performance of that in the last 8 games.
It's obviously less than ideal as well, losing Manny for the next fixture. I take it, I know it's straight red, but I take it you're comfortable that it was a red card, we don't appeal it.
I've not watched it back, so I mean I could only assume that the decision was correct. VAR didn't come in and try and overturn it, but we brought Manny on just to go man for man at the back. His pace against Murray, he's as quick as Simon Murray, but unfortunately it didn't pay off the way that I would have hoped, and Manny's got caught the wrong side, and it's a big learning curve.
Luca, was that a head knock?
head knock, yeah. So yeah, it'll be, we used the concussion sub, and he's getting assessed down the stairs just now. I don't think it's anything too serious, but I do think there was a bit of grogginess there after, as you would expect. It was a heavy collision.
Things are obviously getting really, really tight now in the race for the top 6, John, just 3 points between yourself and 7th. Does that need to be a real regroup and go again now, because the big games coming?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, I don't know how many times we've been here this season where, you know, teams in and around us have dropped points and we've had the opportunity to go and capitalise on it, and we haven't been able to do that. And it's really hard to put your finger on why that happens, but it's certainly not for a lack of preparation or not for a lack of awareness in terms of how important the fixture is. You know, all of the incentives were there for us today. As I said, you know, you win the game, you go joint third with Hibs on points, you open that gap up between yourselves and the teams in 7th. Still all to play for. It's as simple as that. You know, the teams below us certainly won't stop fighting for the top 6 places, the likes of Motherwell and St Mirren and Hearts. And you know, we are still in the driving seat with regards to that, but we have to go and get the job done, and that's the hardest part. Getting over the line is the most difficult thing in any sport. We've put ourselves in this position. Today is a real sore one. It's going to take a bit of time to get over it, and we have to make sure we come back fighting in the next one.
Jim, how disappointing is it to see that incident in the first half with an object being thrown at Simon Murray?
Yeah, unacceptable, and I'm sure it'll be looked at by the authorities, and but we don't want to see that.